You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back to us on a Monday evening. Show number 2 of the Dirt Racing Network, the Digital Sim Sports Network. Dirt Slingers Racing League Monday Night Thunder, Midwest Barbecue Equipment, 360 winged sprint cars from the home of the Peach. We are down in Georgia at Lanier. Sorry, you had to hear the deal coming in. We're getting messages from drivers. There's 30 of them checked in here tonight for racing action. We'll keep 22 for tonight's 30-lap A main. This round, I'm positive this is round number 7 for this series. They only got nobody races next Monday night, and then they got 2 in June and 1 in July. The one in July, a double header. They'll end up with the 11 races on the schedule. That's only because the 10th week is a double header. The Sprints for Freedom at USA Speedway on July the 7th. I do know that June 23rd, 410 series will be running over at Knoxville, and that will be the Jason Johnson Memorial. I think our 8th annual Jason Johnson Memorial. So, make sure you subscribe to us if you're on YouTube, Twitch, and Trovo. And if you're on Facebook, like, share, and follow. We go live about 4 nights a week, 6 shows. Hello, Sandra. I'm not sure what's closed, but I'm sad if it's something that you really wanted. Drivers are in their drivers meeting. They are getting ready to head out. Random draw qualifying. And I get a message from Race Control that they are ready to get going. The drivers meeting is ended. Cars will not have any more time on track. That means it's going to be heat race time, and we will have about 4 heat races. We should lock 4 cars in from each one of those heat races straight to the A main, and then we'll have a couple of B mains to determine the remaining 6 slots tonight. We're sending 8 cars home. We got 30 drivers in here. I think I called that a little earlier. All right, let's get ready to get down here onto the starting grid and look at heat race number 1, the 4 of John O'Brien next to the 518 of Joseph Grandy. That's your front row. 73, Larry Moody next to his buddy Josh Whiteman in the 24. Then Parker Vance in the 525 and Bowen Smith in the 12 car and make up row number 3. Bowen Smith, your current reigning king of the wing, and he got his hardware today. I got pictures that he has it. Scott Thomason, Scotty T in the 6 car. He's back there in row number 4 inside next to Michael Schering in the 07. And then Tanner Pennant, the 324, and Ryan Scheidt in the 10 car make up the last row of our 10 car field. They will go around 8 times. Top 4 get locked into the A main. Everybody else will get divvied up and split out into heat races. And it looks like we're going to have 3 heat races with 30 cars. We missed it by 1, splitting it into 4. So we'll lock 12 and we'll get 10 from our B mains tonight, 5 each. We'll have 16 cars. That means 8 will start in each B main, and 5 of those drivers will transfer all the way through. Hello, Deb. Good to see you back in the chat. Guys, if you're on YouTube or Twitch, make sure you say hi in the chat. I know we're streaming to all the platforms tonight, but it's always nice to see our YouTubers and our Twitchers. All right, 8 times around. We are about to go green. O'Brien and Grandy. Grandy has had nothing but bad luck in this series the whole season. He's not going to get a very good start as O'Brien timed it out perfect. Truck got out of the way. He threw it down. He is going to lead us down the backstretch for lap number 1. Grandy 2nd, Whiteman 3rd, Moody 4th, and around the top side, Bowen Smith now making a bid. Take over that 4th spot. Now goes to 3rd. Your king of the wing, showing you why he has the crown, and he is going to go all the way around. Whiteman to third, a little contact up high. New driver, Schuring, in that pink 07 car. He and Whiteman had a small tangle. Nobody backwards, sideways, or upside down. They'll keep racing. We're inside 5 to go. O'Brien's still out front. Here comes Grandy, making a move to take second, back from Bowen Smith. 4 cars under a blanket, second, third, fourth, and fifth right now. Who's going to end up locking in? There's only 4 spots to be had. Now here comes Schuring, putting in. Oh, he got out of shape out of 4. That'll cost him a spot. Now Whiteman gets a tap from Grandy as he went across the nose. Smith got a tap as he got out of shape. Cars wrecking on the front stretch. We should have gotten a caution.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Yeah,
Caution is out.
thought we would. 12 car and the 24 have just a tiny bit of contact, and the 24 through a big slider. That was Whiteman. He collected several in this thing. Bowen Smith was one of them. Tanner Pettit was in there as well. And Pettit, Whiteman, and Smith all in the infield right now. So those 3 going to have to work out of the B main. It is O'Brien, Grandy, Scheidt, and Schuring in the 4 transfer spots at the moment. Moody, Thomason, and Vance. The remaining cars on track. You got to be in the top 4 if you don't want to have to go through the B main. Bowen Smith rolling his car right back onto the racing surface. He swept the night at Lima Land in the 360s and the 410s for the King of the Wing. And he has just not been the same car since in that 12 machine. Pace truck's going to get out of the way. We're going to have a 2-lap shootout to wrap up heat number 1. Good restart for O'Brien. Grandy got away with him. The battle will be 3rd and 4th. They'll come around, get the white flag. They just need to stay where they are to make a direct transfer, but I think Schuring's got other ideas. He might try to go 2 for 1. Good checkup from Grandy, and he gets both he and Scheidt back by. O'Brien punches his ticket. Grandy, Scheidt, and Schuring, the top 4. Moody, Thomason, Smith, Vance, Whiteman, and Pettit will all be in a B main here in just a little while. So the starting lineup for heat number 2, as we grid these guys out on the front stretch, it'll be a newcomer to the series, Gage Garcia in the 71 car, and he'll have an old-timer in the series. The old catfish, the Whiskers himself, King Whiskers Gurney Williams in the 91. Trevor Royer with a good pill draw finally after I don't know how many weeks of terrible pill draws. He'll start inside row number 2 in the 90 next to the 187 of Rick Main. Richie Gaines, the 11 car, row 3 inside with Mike Watson in the 6 car on his outside. And then the 21 of Chris Tabeski in row 4 next to Brad Waite in the 814. And your final row for your second heat, Nick Nicodemus in the 310 and Jack Young in the 410. Start side by side back there. Once again, I saw Ernie Williams pull out a line and like he was going to the back for something. Once again, the top 4 will automatically transfer in to tonight's A main. The other 6, well, they'll get divvied up and stuck into one of our 2 B mains. Eight more laps to determine 4 spots. Green flag just about to come out. Out of turn number 4.
Green flag, green flag.
Pretty quickly getting them single filed out here. Garcia's got the lead. Main up to second. Royer holds on to third. Richie Gaines is that bubble boy right now. And we got a lot of action behind. A couple of cars have hit the fence in turn number one. It looks like everybody's going to be able to get them out of the way. We're not going to get a yellow flag. But Chris Zabeski in that 21 hounding the push bar on the back of the 11. And now we'll have caution for the Brad Waite machine. Oh, boy. Let's just back this right on up and see what happened here. The 814, he clipped the fence. He's going to get it going again, but he's going to have trouble here again in just a second. I think suspension is down on that car. Yeah, he couldn't go any further. He had to stop right there. That, I think, is what triggered, because there goes your leader. And that triggered our second caution of the evening. So, a lot of laps left in this one. We get a quick caution early. Garcia, Main, Royer, Gaines, Zabeski, Nicodemus, Williams, and Watson. The top 8, Waite and Young, already off the track. They'll have to work their way through tonight's B mains to make the A feature this evening. Looks like we're going to go around one more time. We should get one to go this time. The lights do go out on our pace vehicle. So he'll get out of the way down here in turn 4. We'll get a good restart, single file. These drivers must stay single file through the start-finish line.
Green, green, green.
Pretty clean restart. Main hanging on to second. Royer trying to get that from him. Zabeski and Gaines were going at it a little bit ago. I don't know if that's going to come back to fruition or not, but Zabeski trying to get into one of the transfer spots. Royer with a big slip in turn number 2. That'll open the door for Main. He tried to go after second, and the car didn't stick at all. He's going to slide him again here in 3 and 4. He goes up on the curb, and Main goes right back by. 2 to go. One mistake, and it can change the fortunes of making it straight to the A or having to go through that soup. Nobody wants to do that. Now Royer has the spot by half a car. 4 cars battling for 3 spots. Garcia's going to the A main. Who's going to be behind him? Contact behind. That's going to open the door for several drivers. Royer second, Zabeski third. Main will make a transfer spot. Gaines, Nicodemus, Watson, Williams, Waite, and Young are being the B mains, and I thought Ernie Williams was going to sneak past these guys and get himself into a transfer spot, and the car just broke free coming down off the curb, and he spins it out there in turn number 4. So our final heat race of the evening. We'll see the 21 of Garrett Boyd on the pole next to his buddy in the 79, Dean Reynolds. Pat Spangler in the 39. Ross Carina, the 10 car next to Nate Davis in the 36 in row 2. Pat Spangler in the 39, and Michael Sellers in the 3rd row. That's the 39 and the 15 car. And then Tiny Dancer, Scott King in the 118, next to Noah Bowman in the 24. And the birthday boy a couple of days ago, Surf and Salot, Jason Nygaard in the 22 and Jay Schaff in the 3 in our 5th and final row. Yeah, Deb, this is live. You might be on about a 20-second delay, but it's live. Drivers rolling them off. Our final heat race. We will lock our final 4 cars directly to the A main. That'll put 12 of them in there, and then we'll look for 10 more out of the 2 B mains. Full week this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This is show number 2 of 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah. No, 2, 4, 6. 6. Whew. I'm getting old. There is Adam Vinny. Hello, Mr. Adam. Should have come out and raced tonight, buddy. It's been a fun one. All right, Boyd and Reynolds. Front row for the final heat. Pace car is in, and we're underway.
Green, green.
Carenta got a good start on the inside of that second row. He is going to sneak to second. It is a dogfight with he and Spangler, and then it's a dogfight behind that. Dean Reynolds gets a little contact from behind. 3 wide down the front stretch. Carenta, Boyd, and Davis were all there. Scott King throwing his hat into the fight. Wants to make it 4 wide. He is rolling the bottom right now, and he's up to third. He said duty. Ha ha ha. Spangler to the front. King now up to second. Boyd hanging on in third. Here comes Nygaard from the back to the front. He's into a transfer spot, and right now he's the bubble boy. Got around Carenta right there. Jay Schaff is right in his tire tracks. These two almost making contact in turn 2 as Boyd now has his hands full with that 22 of Nygaard and the 3 of Schaff and the 10 of Ross Carenta. Just trying to hang on and make a transfer spot. Spangler and King have the top 2 locked up, coming to 2 to go. It's 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th together for the final 2 transfer spots. And right now it's Nygaard and Schaff. Oh, big smack into the fence. Boyd is going to go around. I don't think that's going to bring out a caution, but Nate Davis got a piece of it. Checker's coming down. Spangler's going to win it. Then King. Then Nygaard, and then Schaff. Whew. King, Reynolds, Bowman, company, all going to be in our B mains, which are going to start any moment. A lot happened on that last lap. So we're going to get ready. We got 18 cars, got 9 in each B main. Larry Moody and Michael Sellers on the front row. Nick Nicodemus and Bowen Smith in row 2. Dean Reynolds and Ernie Williams in row 3. Tanner Pettit and Nathan Davis in row 4. And Jack Young on the back of this one. Only taking 5. We may end up short a couple of cars. Doesn't look like a Michael Sellers. Doesn't look like a Nathan Davis are out here just yet. So 7 of our 9 are going to make it back for a B main. Make it 8. The only car I don't see right now, the 36 of Nathan Davis. Davis doesn't make the call, so we'll have 8 cars racing for 5 spots. All right, 12 times around. 1 driver already done for the night. 3 more will end their night at the end of this first B main. And the green flag over B main number 1. Moody got a pretty good start. It looks like he's going to lead us down the backstretch, but a big run from Sellers up on the top side in that 24 car, and he almost got there. Moody leads the first lap. Sellers was second. Nicodemus was third. Smith in fourth. Track closed up down the backstretch. Somebody was going to go 3 wide. They do down the front stretch, and they're going to make it work. Around the top, Sellers goes third to first, and he'll come out of turn 4. Here comes a big slider from Tanner Pettit. Pettit showed up on the scene a few weeks ago, won his first 410 race, turned right around and won his first 360 race the following week, and has had mixed results ever since. Sellers, Smith, now Pettit, Moody, and Nicodemus are the top 5, but Whiskers got into the fluffy stuff and had to back out just a little bit, and he falls back to 6th. Nicodemus in the 310 is the bubble cart right now. He may not get to stay there long because Ernie Williams has got the top side rolling. Williams now goes to 5th, right behind Moody, and he'll go inside out for the slider. We'll watch these two go at it. Tiny bit of contact up the backstretch, coming to 4 to go. Williams, the last car in at this moment. He takes the spot away, and that puts Moody as the last car in at the moment. Sellers, Smith, and Pettit, they are gone 1 second out in front of. Ernie Williams in 4th, and then it's another 6/10 back to this 5th place car of Larry Moody right here. Moody could have company in the form of Jack Young these last couple of laps. White flag coming out. Top 4 are settled. It's 5th place we're watching. Sellers going to the A. Pettit's going with him. Smith going with him. Williams is in, and so is Larry Moody. Young, Nicodemus, Reynolds, and Davis end their nights in the B main. So our second B main, our last 5 spots available. We'll see the 11 of Richie Gaines next to the 6 of Scott Thomason in row 1, Ross Carrenta in the 10, and Doc Watson in the 6 car in row 2. Parker Vance in the 525, and Noah Bowman in the 24. They make up row 3. Brad Waite, the 814, Josh Whiteman in the 24 in row number 4. And Garrett Boyd is Outback Jack for the final B main of the night. Top 5 are all that are going to survive. Probably give the guys 60 seconds of track time in the feature just to make sure they get fuel right and everything else. And then it'll be 30 laps. This track will look like it's going to be in perfect condition, and them last 10 laps are probably going to be pretty amazing with 2 lines of racing. All right, lights off on the pace truck. That means we are going to go green. 12 more laps to decide the final 5 positions on the starting grid for the 30-lap A main, which will be the last race of the night. Off the front row, Gaines and Thomason. Pace car is in. They got a perfect start with one another, and Scott Thomason right alongside Richie Gaines coming out of turn 2. Carrenta down to the bottom, trying to take both spots away. Gaines covers the top. Thomason went to the middle to no avail. He'll lose the spot. So will Gaines as Carrenta goes 2 for 1 in turns 1 and 2. Noah Bowman still in the 4th spot, and here comes Josh Whiteman up to that bubble position. Watson behind that, then Waite, Boyd, and Vance. But Carrenta out front. Gaines is in P2. Thomason right there, side by side. Thomason was second at the line that time by. Thomason is not running the bottom. He's not running the top. He's running one of the open lanes in the middle. And he's finding some traction down there. And he is staying side by side with Richie Gaines right now. Now Gaines gets the advantage. Bowman up along the top, still fourth, and Whiteman along the bottom is fifth. They have gapped themselves away from the rest of this field. Boyd is up to sixth. Watson, Waite, and Vance behind. It's a long ways from fifth to sixth right now. It's about 1.4 seconds. Carenta may have company because it looks like Gaines is starting to close the gap. And he closed it really good right there out of four and almost got into the back of Ross Carenta. Now going to go for the slider in 3 and 4. Richie Gaines now goes to the point. Carenta with a good run through 1 and 2 takes the lead back. Can he stick it on the bottom in 3 and 4? It looks pretty good coming out of the corner. And Ross Carenta goes back up front with 2 to go. Noah Bowman has closed the gap, and he's in this battle for the lead. White flag coming out this time. Carenta off the bottom of turn number 2. It's side by side. Who will get to the line? They're both going to punch their tickets. B-main number 2 is going to go to Richie Gaines. Carenta second. Bowman, Thomason, and Whiteman all going to the A-main. Boyd, Watson, Waite, and Vance. Their night has come to a close. So the field is set. All that remains is a few minutes of warm-up. And then our 30-lap A main. Okay. All right. So they've got a little bit of time. I'm just waiting. One race remaining. We are just waiting to see if they are going to give these guys any track time at all. You can see both ends of the track getting into the corners. It's getting pretty slick through the middle. The top in turn 3 looks like it might be going away just a bit, but 1 and 2 looks fantastic. It looks like it is time for us to advance the session. Get ready for 30 laps of green flag racing. 22 drivers. Near the end, Mason Hannigan missing. A couple other drivers missing tonight. So this is going to close some points up a little bit. All right. Field is gridding out, and we'll take you through it to let you know who's going to start where. Midwest Barbecue Equipment 360 wing sprint cars. Ready for the A-main. John O'Brien and Gage Garcia on the front row. Newcomers. O'Brien has been here and raced at least once that I recall, but Garcia is brand new to the series. They start on the front row. Pat Spangler and Joseph Grandy in row number 2. Trevor Royer, Scott King make up row 3. Good starting spot for both of those drivers tonight. Ryan Scheidt and Chris Sabeski in row 4. Row 5, Sir Fence-A-Lot, Jason Nygaard, and Michael Schuring in the same row together. Rick Main and Jay Schaap, the 187 and 3 cars, make up row number 6. Michael Sellers and Richie Gaines in row 7. Row 8 is Tanner Pettit and Ross Carinta. Row 9, Bowen Smith and Noah Bowman. The two that I get confused all the time. That won't be any fun for me with them two back there together. But we'll make the best of it. The Whiskers, Ernie Williams and Scotty T. Scott Thomason in row number 10. In our final row, the 73 of Larry Mooey and the 24 of Josh Whiteman. So we'll get them lined up double file. We'll kick them off, and next time around, 30 times under the green flag. Pace truck getting out of the way. It is time to go green flag racing. Midwest Barbecue Equipment, 360 wing sprint cars, dirt slingers. Racing League Monday Night Thunder underway. O'Brien on the bottom, going to give up the top spot to Garcia off that outside line. Lap 1 to Garcia. Then O'Brien, Spangler, and Grandy. Royer is 5th, Scheidt 6th. Look a little further back there, too wide. Looks like we are pacing at full speed here. This is a gaggle of cars. Scott King, Jason Nygaard. Oh, Nygaard with a little tap on King. They are going to be able to save this. Good driving by everybody in that melee right there. Up front, Garcia starting to ease away. Royer trying to take second. He'll get it done on O'Brien on the high side. Spangler trying to get on the podium right now. Top 4, 5, 6 cars have gotten fairly single file. You get back to Sebeski and Schuring. And I think it's Michael Schuring. Caution for the first time. Noah Bowman, maybe? No, it was not Bowman. It was the 187 Rick Main, maybe, that spun. And it looks to me like he just clipped the inside wall with that left front tire, and it just spun the car around real quick on him. So, car looks okay. He's just going to have to drop it to the back. Garcia, Royer, O'Brien, Spangler, Scheidt, Grandy, Sebeski, Schuring, Schaff, and King were the top 10. Way past your bid. Dude, is it like even 9 o'clock yet? Yeah, I guess it is. So 6 laps in the books. Make it 7. Make it 7. And we'll have 23 to go when we take the green flag, which is coming up right here. Everybody's going to tighten the field up. We're going to get ready to get back at it, see if we can go 24 straight laps. Garcia with another good start. Royer got as good a start as the leader. Here comes Spangler on the bottom, going to try to take third away from O'Brien. Almost got it there. See if he can do something down the bottom of 3 and 4. Not quite this time. Caution in behind. This is a big one. I think there's multiple cars involved in this one. Let's watch the 518 of Grandy. Oh, Jay Schaff really got in there hot. He got Schuring in it, got Grandy in it. So we'll slow things down for caution number 2 with 21 laps remaining, and Garcia still out front. Got to get a little rhythm here. Looks like everybody's going to get them lined up. Ready to go back to it. 21 laps this time.
Green, green, green.
Green flag back over the speedway. Schuring and Grandy, both damaged beyond repair, will not make a return to the racing tonight. That means we are down to 20. Top 2 got good restarts, and they're right there together. Here comes Royer around the top side. Not quite enough momentum, but he's not giving up on that outside line just yet. Through 1 and 2, he may have a run here, and Trevor Royer's going to make a bid for the point. He's got to hang on to it for 2 more corners. Not quite this time, but he might get it unless the line gets covered. The line did get covered, and Garcia made his bid to go to the top. Now the slider from Royer. Oh, Royer overcooked it. That's going to be a caution.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
We got the drone cam for this one. Royer off of 2. He'll get the run down the backstretch, and he just shoots it right into the opening over here. Yeah, boom, clipped that tire. Making a bid for the lead, and he destroyed the 90 car. Risk reward. You cook it in there hot on a slider, especially in 3 and 4. That is usually the result here. That opening will get you. So, caution number 3. We'll work the group back into single file. Get them ready for the restart. Garcia, O'Brien, Spangler, Scheidt, Sebeski are the top 5. Pettit, Sellers, King, Smith, and Nygaard the top 10. Bowen Smith. 8 positions improved, but he's not even the big mover. Tanner Pettit has picked up 9 spots to put himself in the top 8. All right, 16 laps remaining, almost at halfway.
Green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Patrick Spangler on O'Brien again, trying to get to second. Not quite able to get it there. Car, I don't know who that was. Scott Thomason, it looks like, down in turn 4, and he was just inside the pit lane, and the car rolled over on him. We're going to stay green. He'll get it out of the way. These two up front, O'Brien and Spangler, really going at Pettit. Threw a haymaker into 3 and 4 and slid between a couple of cars. Nobody ended up in a wreck out of that deal. Now Spangler goes through on O'Brien, and Scheidt is trying to do the same on the top side. Ryan Scheidt on the high side gets around into the 3rd spot, but here comes Tanner Pettit. Pettit is on a tear through the field, and he is right up to the outside wall.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution will slow things down a little bit. I think Chris Sebeski has a problem. '21 car alongside O'Brien. Oh, a little contact. Yep, Sebeski. And he collects Ross Carinta. So with 10 to go, we'll slow things down. Garcia still out front, but Spangler now second. Scheid is third. Pettit is up to fourth. And Sellers runs in the fifth spot. Bunch of cars going in to see if they have damage. They get no guaranteed work time. Can only re-enter the racetrack under yellow conditions. So if they're still in there when they drop the green flag, they got to stay. This has been a little bit of a war of attrition. Because we're down to about 14 or 15 cars still running. Make it 16. Pace truck's out of the way. The green flag's back in the air with 10 laps to go. Tanner Pettit made a move on Scheid for third, and it didn't work out for him. Now he goes right back to the top. And Michael Sellers is following him through. This time alongside Scheid for third. Pettit all the way around to the top side. Spangler still second, Garcia still first, but Pettit now has worked his way up to third, 12 spots from where he started. And he's going for more as he's alongside Patrick Spangler. Six laps remaining. Scheid still fourth. Sellers is fifth. Smith is up to sixth, but he's got company. He's got Josh Whiteman right alongside. Wave lap, 5 to go for your leader. Garcia staying out front, but Pettit is trying to reel him in. Time is running out quickly. We're down to 3 laps to go. The gap is a quarter second. Little bit of a slip from the 71. Now he goes to the top side to cover that momentum line. Pettit cuts underneath. They're side by side, and Pettit leads it with 2 to go. Pettit to the front. Big slider from Garcia. White flag coming out. Pettit now to the bottom. Down the backstretch, he'll go in low in 3 and 4. He goes to the slider line. Garcia cuts the car low. It ain't going to matter. Pettit goes to victory lane again. Garcia second, Sellers third, then Spangler and Scheid 4 and 5. And Sellers comes from nowhere to take third. Bowen Smith 6th, Whiteman 7th, Noah Bowman 8th, Main 9th, King 10th, Gaines 11th, Moody 12th, 13th was Shaft, 14th Royer, Nygaard in 15th, O'Brien 16th, 17th to Carina, Williams in 18th. Sobeski 19th, Thomas in 20th, 21st to Grandy, and Skuring in 22nd. So we'll wait for drivers to make their way into chat. Michael Sellers, Gage Garcia, and Tanner Pettit should all be making their way. I know that Mr. Pettit knows the way. Hopefully he'll bring the other 2 with him. There's Tanner Pettit. Gage Garcia. And now we're just waiting for Michael Sellers. Hopefully he makes his way to the Discord and we get a chance to talk to him. There he is, and we'll get a chance. Michael Sellers, you got a copy?
Yeah.
All right, man. It was kind of a hard-fought deal. A handful of cautions, and there at the very end, you restarted about 5th, and you're going to come home on the podium. How was the feature?
Not bad. I don't even know where I started deep in the field, honestly. I knew I'd be able to drive through the field. I knew Tanner would be there right next to me, but honestly, a good track. Pretty fun race, driving through everyone. All in all, I feel like I could have did a lot of things different, but not too bad.
You do know the decal on your front wing is backwards, right?
I don't know. I actually just ran this skin because it's Pettit's old racing. So I was playing a joke with him, but I actually did not know that.
Yeah, it's on there backwards. But still, it looked like guys were trying to move everywhere, and really it seemed like the high side right against the fence or the low side right against the inside fence were really the only places where there was a lot of speed.
Yeah, I stayed committed to the top. I think I ran the bottom like twice that whole feature, and I feel like I couldn't keep speed down there. I'm usually just a ride or die by the top, so if there's no top, I'm pretty much screwed. But
well, still an awesome run, man. Give me some shout-outs and thank yous before we let you head out.
Just Tanner Pettit Racing, TPR Setup Shop is about it. Just everyone else that helps out. So.
All right, man. Congrats on the finish, and we'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks when these guys come back.
Thank you.
Michael Sellers finishing in the third tonight. Now we'll move on. Newcomer to the series. He goes out. He wins his heat. He leads a lot of laps in the feature, but he's going to come home second. Gage Garcia. It was an interesting night. How did you find the racetrack this evening?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Tanner whooped me on the last lap.
Well, Tanner Pettit doing Tanner Pettit things is about all I can say to that. Your first time in the series. We like to get first impressions. What do you think about the level of competition and the series itself?
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. Just, had a lot of fun. The track was cool.
All right. Well, track looked like it moved around. You kind of moved your car around quite a bit. You ran the middle a little bit. You ran the bottom a little bit. When did you know that he was right behind you and you had to change lines? Because it really didn't matter. He changed and you went right by, but we did see you change lines. When did you hear him coming?
Yeah, I could hear him running the top in 3 and 4. I assume he was probably running it all the way around, but I could really hear it in 3 and 4. And that was when I knew he was close, so I felt like I needed to move up across his nose. Just not hit him, but obviously move up to kill his momentum.
Well, you were right. He was running the wide side all the way around. You still come home second tonight, man. Give me some shouts and thank yous before we let you head out.
Yeah, it was cool. It's fun. All right, that's it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Gage Garcia finishing in second. And out. Well, we're going to move. We're going to move the right guy. That's what we're going to do. We're going to move Mr. Pettit up to the booth to talk to us. He came from 15th. He got the lead with about 3 to go. Tanner, the high side seemed to be where everything was at tonight.
Yeah, I tried to move down there a couple times. Worked there, especially in the middle portion of the race, but I think it just got so single file down there that the top actually kind of came back in and you kind of break even with it.
It looked like there towards the end, Garcia moved up with about 2 to go, and it really didn't break your momentum a lot just for a set of corners. What adjustment did you have to make to get by him?
I definitely didn't expect to move up on the backstretch there, but luckily we were able to hop on the binders and move down and race the checkers there for the win. Overall, it was a blast, and I'd like to thank all my team members, Ryan, Clayton, everybody. Can't appreciate them enough. Jimmy P. Mac Tools, 1425 Photography, Aces Up Sim Sorts, CD Cinematography, Trackside Collective, BCR, and Ethan Johnson for all the help in the late model side of things. And I can't thank you guys enough for putting on this broadcast in this league. It's a blast.
All right, man. Congrats on another win, and I'll look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks when we're back in action.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Tanner Pettit winning again in the 360s. Well, awesome run. Fantastic. I don't know why that didn't show up. It should have been on there. Yeah, there it is. I don't know. Clicked it and it didn't show, but we'll show it for him now. Awesome night of racing tonight. And I know we had a couple of bumps and bruises here in this A main, but still, these guys do a heck of a job. They put on a great show. Always fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. And without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing every night, there's nothing for us to cover. So high fives and pats on the back all the way around to everybody for that. Make sure you tune in tomorrow night about 8:15 Eastern, ERA, and their late model stock cars on the pavement, and they will be at North Wilkesboro, and that is always a fun track to go and cover. That place is awesome to watch them race at. So make sure you tune in, say hi in the chat. Come play over-under with us. You never know. You might win a prize. Come play over-under. You got to come to the race to understand what we do on over-under. But we do give things away at DRN and DSSN, and you can be part of that. So come see us tomorrow night. Until then, peace and love to everybody. Keep the rough side facing down.